I must be one of the edgiest people on YouTube. I mean, I'm making a gameplay commentary with Overwatch gameplay in the background, and I'm not using facecam or anything of the sort that most people would take as doing YouTube the good way, the right way. Because this style of videos died down when Leafy died. So why am I making it like this? Well, it's because I want to talk about Overwatch. Why? Well, it's not as dead as a topic as you might think because the sequel was just announced.
Monsieur, does this mean Overwatch is back?
Yes. Yes, we are.
After watching the trailer, I have a few things I want to say about it. Now, before I become a radical fanboy that rejects the future of Overwatch and hates Blizzard because reasons and because I'm edgy cunt, I like how we have campaign story now, making the story more comprehensive, and the fact that we don't have to wait for storyline trailers anymore. It just sounds really good. But I guess part of the hype of Overwatch 1 was waiting and expecting for a lore video to drop by Overwatch. Having a story means that we don't have to speculate and make our own game theories about the story of Overwatch, because look at how certain characters ended up. It's better to be let down by the story developers themselves, because then we won't have certain vague niche expectations we set for these characters, you know? Better to just be let down by the writers themselves. Graphical overhaul is also pretty good. I appreciate the fact that they've made the characters more detailed and made you able to, customize them, aside from changing the color of their guns and their skins. So it's good, and then we have customizable abilities also make it good, because then the characters will also be more versatile. More particle effects are there for the characters, and it looks generally more good. It looks really good. Although, it doesn't look that different to Overwatch 1. And this is the part in the video where I start talking about the negatives of the game, in my opinion. See, I'm worried that Overwatch 2 might be suffering from what I call Black Ops 4 syndrome, where the developers create this entirely new game with a somewhat new engine with better, quote-unquote, better graphics and physics, but in reality, it's basically the same game from like 2 years ago, right? So, what I mean is, when Black Ops 4 came out, it came out with multiplayer maps and zombies maps. And the thing is, even though we have new zombies map and the stories is new, most of the zombies maps, except the one of the new characters, they're all remasters or remakes of the maps that were there from Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2, and Black Ops 1. None of the maps for the main storyline were original, they were reimagined. And this also goes for some of the multiplayer maps. Most of the maps that were made on the new engine was shit. Most of the maps that were good were the ones that were remade from Black Ops 1. For example, Black Ops 1 with Jungle and Black Ops 2 with Panama. These maps are remakes, and these are by far the best maps in the game. Nuketown was also reimagined, but it plays kinda shit because the map's too fucking big now. And looking at the trailer, and I know that this is early, so they could just be using this as an asset or WIP, meaning work in progress, I can see why they might have to reuse it for now, and this might be subject to change in the future. But from what I've seen from the trailer, some of the maps from the old game is there, and the characters that was in the old game, they play and look basically the same. And you might bring up the point, why fix something that isn't broken? Now, yeah, you could say that, because, the maps are good, the characters are well done, but it's the fact that it might blindside you, because, yeah, they're the same characters and everything, yeah, it's basically gonna be good too, but it just might feel like the developers are just recycling it. It's not too early, but it's also not that long enough, to make a very significant upgrade to it, because it just looks like a graphical update to Overwatch 1. Now, the thing is, the reason I'm calling it this also has Black Ops 4 syndrome is that Black Ops 4 tried to fix things that were not broken. This also applies to Overwatch 2. They're adding perks. You're not able to change your character on the flow. You're not able to do things that you used to be able to do in Overwatch 1 that made the game enjoyable, and that's the main issue. They're fixing things that were not broken. They're fixing it for the sake of innovation, and this was also in Black Ops 4. More specifically in the zombies. From having a perk system that allows you to buy all the perk system with different perks having different traits and characters of their own, to having to customize your own perk system with neutered perks that has no personality whatsoever. From being able to get a shield for free every time it breaks to having to pay your shield every time it breaks. From having cool and unique and innovative gubblegums to neutered elixirs. Black Ops 4 did a lot of things that just didn't hit right in any of them. It fixed things that were not broken, and it just fixed things that were unnecessary. And Overwatch 2 seems to be doing this with the new systems they have. Yes, I do like the fact that you can customize your characters now, besides adding skins to their guns and their skins, but it just doesn't seem right. Why remove the things that made the first Overwatch fun? Why are you doing this? It's gonna drive some people away, and this is what I fear about the new Overwatch. So please, if by chance somehow, and it's fucking possible, let's not fucking pat ourselves on the back here, they're not gonna see this video, but I would just like to say, please review your own game. Please look at this game, take a long hard look at it, and see what's wrong with it. See what made the first Overwatch fun, and see if the community are willing to accept the changes you are making. See if they're equals to the fun we had back in Overwatch 1. Let's see if your new system here is almost as fun as the system we had back in the day. So yeah, please look at it, or else the game is fucking bop. It's just gonna die. And I mean, your own fucking company is already dying. Overwatch is basically your Call of Duty, Blizzard. Without it, you're nothing. Please make sure you take every step of the development of this new Overwatch game very seriously. Look at what the community loved about the first game, and if you're planning to change it, make sure it's as good as what the community wants it to be. Because without it, it's just nothing. You already know this game isn't gonna leave as much of an impact as the first Overwatch did, because the first Overwatch was both a good game and a good meme. The game hasn't been good for a while now. I've stopped playing ever since they dropped Orisa, and the storyline just got out of hand quickly. It just became really shit, like making a character gay for no reason with no hints. And you know, it's only been 2 days. I'll give it a week, and maybe if there's a meme that comes out about it, it might boost it. Because the first Overwatch had Harambe backing it. You know, you look at Winston, you find Harambe very funny, haha. You look at Tracer, Australian women, 50 franc. Genji, you look at Weeaboos. There's just a bunch of memes that back up Overwatch. It was a very good time to be an Overwatch player in 2016. Nowadays, ever since they dropped Orisa and they announced Terry Crews isn't the voice of Doomfist, everything just goes downhill. So please, take care of your sequel again, take care of it, see what the community wants, don't fuck it up.
Let's get some pussy tonight.
Also, shout outs to my nigga. I don't know how to pronounce that. The fuck is that?